This is the ultimate creeper farm for Minecraft Bedrock, and it's going to produce over 12 stacks of gunpowder every single hour, so settle in and let's build. The first thing we're going to do is build 72 blocks into the air, and if you have coordinates enabled, you're just going to take that coordinate in the middle, so 64 plus 72 is 136, so we're going to place scaffolding all the way to Y level 136. And after building your scaffolding tower, we're going to take our blocks now and build a rim going around this top scaffolding here. Then we're going to extend this out on this side, bring it to a 4x3 platform. We're then going to build out by 4 more blocks, just like so. Then we're going to connect this up so that our total platform space is going to be 4 blocks wide by 7 blocks long. We're going to leave this 3x2 square here empty. And we're going to place down a double chest, in this front spot right here, and then run our hoppers into the back of that chest, just like so. Make sure that all of these hoppers are running into one another, that way you're not having any gunpowder get stuck in any one of these hoppers. We're then going to grab our mud and place down 4 blocks of mud on top of those hoppers. We're going to grab our blocks again and place down a rim of blocks going around the mud here, just like so. We're then going to grab our pistons now, and we're going to place down pistons in an alternating pattern. So let's place down a temporary block here, place down our piston, remove this block, and then we're going to continue the pattern just like so. We're then going to grab our observers, and actually first we're going to do our redstone torches. Place down redstone torches on the sides of the pistons in the corner of the Trident killer, just like this. Place down observers running into all of those redstone torches, so that way the observer face is looking at the torch. And again, we're just going to do this for all of them. And after placing down all of your observers, we're going to grab our lever now, place it down on this piston right here, and if we go ahead and turn this on, you should see that it will fire once, and if we go ahead and turn it off again, it is going to start a piston clock, and this is going to be how we move the Trident around. Next, we're going to place down a stair next to the scaffolding and next to that lever right here, and this is where we're going to AFK when we're using the farm. We're going to grab our blocks now and create a rim of blocks going around the Trident killer here, leaving that one block open where we are going to AFK. In this spot, we're going to place down a slab, and then we're going to continue this up for 18 more blocks for a total of 20 blocks from the mud, so that we drop the creepers down so that they are at half a heart. So again, we're going to build up 20 blocks. And after building your drop chute, it should look something like this. We're going to take our blocks now and we're going to extend this out by 8 blocks in every direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same thing over here. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From here, we're just going to connect up these 2 squares, and that is going to be our entire platform, which should end up being, I believe, 20 by 20 blocks. And after finishing this platform, we're going to take our blocks and create a rim going around the entire thing. Now, if you've built any of my farms that look similar to this should be a very similar process, because basically every single one of these mob farms or creeper farms, I use the same collection platform just because it works extremely well. And it's really easy to build. So we're going to place down that ring of blocks, and then we're going to place down a ring of stairs going all the way around here as well. But this is where things are going to get different, because this is actually going to be where the collection chamber stops. We're not going to completely encase this with blocks. Instead, we're going to build a roof over it, because this is going to be so tall. We're then going to take our water buckets and just waterlog every single one of these stairs, and just make an infinite water source up here. That way you don't have to constantly go back to the ocean to collect more water. And then once we're done filling this in, we are actually ready to start working on our spawn platforms. So we're just going to finish up this one wall here, and if everything is done accordingly and properly, you should have all of the water going right to the edge of the drop chute. From here, we're going to grab our packed ice now, and yes, you can use regular blocks. I think I said that in the materials list. And it's just, if you use packed ice, the farm is going to be significantly faster. So I would recommend resource grinding. That way you can get the best rates possible with this farm. We're then going to go around, and wherever the water flows, so see how it's like right on the edge, we're just going to go around and do that for the entire thing. Now, I'm assuming if you have all this packed ice, you also have silk touch. That is an important tip as well, because we're working with packed ice. If you don't use a silk touch pickaxe, it is just going to end up breaking, and then you're going to be wasting materials. So we're going to line it up. You can run around on this edge here. Oh, that was really close. I mean, I'm in creative mode, but that still gave me a little bit of anxiety. We're going to remove these 2 blocks. We're going to walk around the edge, do the same thing. Remove these 2 blocks, and same thing on this side, these 2 blocks, and finally these 2 blocks as well. From here, we can go ahead and connect all of these up to create 4 mini squares, which are going to be the spawn platforms. And when it's all said and done, we're actually going to have 7 layers. 7 layers to have the maximum rates. And when this thing is all said and done, it looks awesome. But now we're going to just fill in all of these squares to make sure that it is nice and flat. And then after that, we're going to use our trapdoors, but let me go ahead and fill these in. All right, now this is going to be pretty intense, but it is the same thing for every single one of these platforms. So I'm going to show you how to do 1 square, and then we're going to do it for the rest of these. And then we're going to do this 7 times throughout these layers. So we're just going to go ahead and place down trapdoors going all the way around the platform here, and then we're going to go ahead and open them all up. Now, in my personal experience, it is easier to place all of the trapdoors and then go back and open them all up later, which is exactly what I'm doing now. So we place them all, we're going to open them all, and then once we're done opening these, we are going, or I guess this is technically closing them. But then once we're done doing this, we're going to again take our trapdoors, and we're going to place down 9 trapdoors, kind of in a grid pattern, just like this. And now we have to do this trapdoor pattern to the rest of the platforms. And after filling in all of the platforms with our trapdoors, this is what it should now look like. We're going to place down 2 temporary blocks and then a packed ice to remove these temporary blocks. Then we can create another one of these 7x7 platforms. Now I'm just going to show you how to do one of them, and then you can go ahead and do this to the rest. We're just going to fill in another platform, and this is actually going to be the spawn platform for the next level in the farm. So just keep that in mind. Once you have the packed ice in, we're going to take our buttons now, and we're going to place down buttons going all the way across this platform. Now, if you want, you can save a couple extra buttons by not placing them on the same levels as these trapdoors. However, I'm going to be honest, counting that is a little bit tricky, and buttons literally cost 1 oak plank. So I would recommend just using the extra wood to just fill this in entirely with buttons. But again, if you want to save a couple extra wood, you can leave a gap every time there is a trapdoor. And once you're done placing down all of the buttons, this is what it should look like. And this is actually a done spawn platform. So creepers could currently spawn on this and walk off into the void. Well, I guess not yet because we haven't covered the ceiling yet. But at nighttime, this will absolutely spawn creepers. And actually, if you want to not place buttons and just have this as a general mob farm, it will reduce the rates of gunpowder, but you'll have all of the mob drops. So that is something you can do. It's just not place these buttons. But again, this is a creeper farm tutorial, so we're going to keep building for creepers. And this is the entire platform. So we just need to replicate this a bunch of times. We're going to do this for all 4 of these platforms. We're going to do it 7 times. So this is going to be quite tall, and basically this is your trapdoor layer. So this layer is identical to this layer, except this layer has buttons. I hope that made sense. I'm going to build a lot of these now. These are the bottom 4 platforms, and this is all 28 platforms. And you might notice that after building all 7 layers, this top layer uses our regular building blocks rather than packed ice, and that is because that is the roof of the farm. So we're actually going to turn this into a giant platform to make sure, oh, it's all not loaded, to make sure that the entire farm is dark. So from this corner, we're going to count out 8 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to do the same thing over here. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to go ahead and connect up both of those corners to create a giant platform that is going to make this entire thing dark. And the way that it works is that when you have a block directly like this block actually has a light level of 0. So the block light level is 0, which means that mobs will spawn on it. However, because it is bright out, the mobs will not spawn on these blocks. But when we build out this platform to make sure that it is dark, the sky light level is 15. 15 minus 8 because of the way that the flood pattern with light works. So this edge block right here has a sky light level of 7, which is the minimum or maximum that is allowed when spawning a creeper or any hostile mob. So I thought that was actually pretty interesting. And as you can see, our platforms are dark, and any minute now they are actually going to spawn creepers. But we're not going to be spawning creepers yet. I mean, they're going to spawn because they're going to spawn. But for now, we have to torch spam the roof here because we don't want things spawning up here during the night, or it is actually going to reduce the spawn rates of the farm. And this is probably the ugliest torch spamming that has ever happened, and such a waste, but I'm sure you guys can figure out a better strategy for placing down those torches. Alright, so you can see we already have a creeper there. If we go ahead and grab our trident, and then we're also going to have to get a looting 3 sword, but that is actually basically all we have to do. So we're just going to throw our trident at that back piston there. Back piston. The piston, there we go. And give him a knock. I mean, it'll do it, but we just go ahead and turn on the Trident Killer now, and we now have a fully AFK-able creeper farm. I'm going to light this up with some torches, and I'm also going to grab a looting 3 sword. And by AFKing with a looting 3 sword, we are going to get even more gunpowder, which is going to allow us to get 12 stacks of gunpowder per hour. And as you can see, we're also collecting the XP from the Trident Killer, so you can go ahead and mend up some of your tools or just collect some of the levels, but all of the gunpowder is going to end up inside of this chest here. I'm going to go ahead and AFK for about an hour, and we're going to see how much I get. Plot twist, I already recorded the AFK session earlier, so I'm going to play that clip now. Alright, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, then be sure to subscribe and leave a like. My name is 1UpMC, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.